6th, and here's today's update. First, yes, I am wearing the black shirt. Now, it is not the same black shirt. I have a lot of black shirts because, unfortunately, when you weigh as much as I do, black is a great color. Now, fortunately, I've also lost about 30 pounds in the last few months, so maybe, I doubt by the end of this Kickstarter, I can start wearing something that is not black. And by the way, when we make $1 million, I am going to wear something really garish, just so you know. And in case there is any doubt that it is Saturday morning and this isn't pre-recorded, right now we have about $750,000 worth of pledges so far. So, guys, get us to $1 million, and I promise to switch shirts. So, other things for today. Last night, we released the Viking female, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys. Some really good feedback. Well, actually, all of it's good feedback. Some of you folks liked it. Some of you guys, not so much. And some thought, wow, that's like really colorful for the Vikings. So what I urge you to do is check out some links to historical info sites that I put up in the comments section just about 30 minutes ago, talking about the use of color all through Viking garb. And I think you'll find it really, really interesting. So, another thing for this morning. As you could see from our pledge amount, that's going really nicely. As you can see as well from the number of backers, not quite as nice. What is happening right now is we have a tremendous outpouring of support from you guys. Awesome. You do not need to pledge anymore. Please don't worry about add-ons. What you can do for us that will help, obviously, City State, but also the guys and gals who want to see this game come to fruition, please get additional backers. That's going to really help us. We're doing, again, really well. I mean, you look at our numbers, you look at especially the average spend, and you guys have been so generous. And you may have read one of my comments the other night about how deeply grateful I am, and I can't even begin to tell you how wonderful the support from you guys is. It has been fantastic. So, as always, thank you so much for that. So, that's it for the basic morning update. I'm going to take a very short break right now because we've done this in one take. Actually, this is the second take. We had it right the first time, but due to a technical error of forgetting to turn on the mic, we've had to do it again. So I'm going to take a short break, and then I'll be right back with the same black shirt to talk about the combat system and some other things that will be coming up later in the week. Thanks. Hey, so now it's time to talk about combat. Before I do, again, it's Saturday morning. We have over $867,000 in pledges, and yes, I'm in the black shirt. So, what's important about our combat system, and what's important, frankly, to me and to the team here? First, combat has got to be fluid. I can't even begin to tell you how important that is to everyone here, but especially to Andrew and I. We've played enough MMOs. We've obviously created 2 MMOs, and I think that when you look at games like Guild Wars 2, or even, you hate to say it because you get criticized when you do, WoW, fluidity of combat is crucial, especially in a RVR game like Camelot Unchained. We have to get that right. We have to, above anything else, be sure that the game feels responsive. When you swing your sword, you need to feel like you're swinging the sword. When you're running because you've just seen a whole bunch of really nasty TDDs coming at you, and you're kind of sitting there on your own, and you get hit by something, it should feel like you've been hit by something. The camera should react. Your character should react. And when you then, valiantly try to defend yourself, it should feel, well, frankly, as realistic as possible, given the fact that we have magic, dragons, and all sorts of, mystical and magical things going on. So that's number one. Secondly, let's talk about global cooldown timer. Is there going to be one? Nope. It is something that obviously we had in Warhammer. we didn't have in Dark Age of Camelot, and, well, we're not going to have it here. I think it makes sense for certain games. I don't think it makes sense for Camelot Unchained. So for those of you who are worried about it, absolutely nothing to worry about. It will not be in this game. Third, what are we going to do about tab targeting? Will there be tab targeting, or is this going to be a pure, reticle-based game? Well, I think that tab targeting has a place in the game. I also think that it shouldn't be a pure tab targeting game. So what does that mean? Well, it means that it's going to be a hybrid system, actually. I think there are some things, especially out of combat, where having something like tab targeting makes sense. I also think there are aspects of the combat system where tab targeting for Camelot Unchained doesn't make a lot of sense. Reason? Look, we know that tab targeting is very popular. We also know that when you're trying to create a game like Camelot Unchained, where you have so many potentially enemies on the field and friends on the field, that being able to just go through makes it a lot easier for you to target them. And that's part of the problem. On the other hand, we do know that because of the limitations of tech, that sometimes the only way you can, get a lock on a target for certain spells is by going like that. And so we need to balance that. And I do think that there are places where tab targeting makes sense. On the other hand, something like archers, for example, I'm not necessarily a big fan of, hey, I'm going to go sit out here in the woods and I've got my really powerful longbow and I'm going to wait till this, herd of other players come through and just tab target fire, tab target fire, tab target fire, especially when you have a very powerful weapon. And I think that's part of what we're going to be exploring with the archery system, and that's why I haven't committed, nor am I now, to having an archer class in Camelot Unchained. That is something we'll be discussing with you, our backers. I would like to put some kind of archer class in the game, and I would also like to make them powerful, but I also will not put them in if they become op, or you can just, again, go tab target fire, tab target fire, tab target fire, because that's just not great, and I think that's been done to death.